Hi, my name's Maude Patel, and I've been on the spiritual path for a few years now. My blogs explore the experience of seeing the world through the teachings that I've learnt. They're for people who are opening up to the fact that there may be more out there and are curious to know more. I hope you enjoy this blog, and for further information, please visit my WordPress site called Enlight One.
A large part of our spiritual journey is learning to recognize and trust our intuition. It's usually defined as a gut feeling, something that feels right. In this mainly logical world in which we live, though, we're taught to mistrust our feelings and instead make decisions based on our logical mind. And many of us has probably made decisions which we regretted and then wish we'd followed that inner knowing. The trouble with intuition is that it's so hard to pin down, isn't it? It's like a fleeting whisper. It comes and goes so instantaneously, it's almost as if you're unsure you've really felt it. And so I think that's why we disregard it, because it's gone in an instant, but our logical decisions are always there for us to analyse. But intuition is very real. It's your higher self, the universe, whatever you want to call it, communicating with you, guiding you to the best choice. Unfortunately, most of us shut down this aspect of ourselves as we grow up because it doesn't fit into the world we're brought up in. It can feel hard to get that trust again with your intuition, but with practice it does come back. Think about chess, where a grandmaster can compute all the various moves which can be made in advance and then choose the best one. Now, your logical mind can see maybe 2, 3, 4 steps ahead as you make a choice. But your intuition can see, say, 20 steps ahead because it knows about future events which your logical mind can't fathom. Your intuition is like a grand chess master. It knows all the possible moves way ahead and which is the best for you. And also see intuition like a muscle. If you exercise at the start, you find it difficult, you have to exercise regularly to feel the benefit. It's the same with intuition. The more you exercise it, the better it gets. If you leave it, it will stay dormant so that it feels as if it doesn't exist. And as you exercise it, there can be hits and misses, especially at the beginning. But keep using it and you will become more attuned with it. You can use it for simple things at first. What healthy food should you be eating? What exercise is best for you? The more you tap into it, the more you'll be able to use it for the bigger decisions. Now, as an example, I've been doing this for quite a while, and a few years ago, I decided to buy a property. And I'd heard people say how they spent weekends viewing lots and lots of properties. And I decided that wasn't for me. I decided, what I'm going to do is use my intuition. So I decided, I'd look at the websites. I had my criteria for what I needed to buy. And I would go through what was on offer in terms of the properties that were being sold. And I used my intuition to say, should I go and see that property or not? And using my intuition, I bought the second property that I saw. And this took a few weeks, and I would be looking at all these properties on the websites, and part of me would be saying, wow, maybe we should go and see more. But I stuck to my guns, as it were. I said, no, I'm going to use my intuition. And so I saw one property and it was okay. And then a few weeks went by, and then I saw this other advert, and I thought my intuition was like, yeah, go and see that. I went to see it. And as soon as I walked in, people say that as soon as they walked in, they knew they had to buy this place. That's how I felt. I knew this was the place I was going to buy. And it's a beautiful place and I love it. So once you start to trust your intuition, it can guide you always down the right path. It's amazing. And, I have done it in the past. I have disregarded my intuition. And inevitably, I always kick myself and say, why didn't you follow your intuition? So it's one of those things. After a while, I have learned to always follow it, however irrational and crazy it might seem. I will always put my intuition over what my logical brain is saying. And inevitably, it always is the right choice. So this is what I mean. Your intuition is like an amazing friend, the one that always gives you the right advice. So learn to use it, go slowly, use it for the small things. And as you become more familiar with it, as you start to trust yourself and your intuition, it will always lead you along the right path to make the right choice.